Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Wayne of GW Pro, and today is Sunday, so I'm back with pre-market analysis as always. So first I'm going to be sharing with you, first I'm going to be looking at the dollar index. All right, so I called it the King Dollar as always, so remember I called it the King Dollar. And let's go ahead and see what's also going on with dollar for this one. All right, so as you guys know, basically when I come back here, I look at setups, I look at plan, and I look at what I intend to do in the week ahead. So from the fact that we've seen dollar rise and then make strong uprises, okay, so we can't look to take any trade or believe that the dollar is going to get weak, okay, from this point on, because definitely if you're looking at this and also if you follow my work here, you're going to see that we have the wave A right here, so that was nice. We have the B. We did work what could be an ABC, okay, so we could this is our A, okay, so we could be looking at this to be A, B, and then C. So this could have been more of a flat pattern, all right, or could also be a B, then C, then D, and then we could work in an E. So, but however, get the understanding, guys. As long as price is still showing bullish continuations, okay, looking at this on a smaller time frame, we could also expect that price could also bounce and continue to make uprises, because so far in all these times where price tends to have corrected of some sort, there was no time that price broke below a key structure 1, also key structure 2. So we have price coming back to test the whole of this structure here. So we could be looking at the possibility that price might still continue its upside movement, all right, to completing the wave E for that one, all right. So we don't know, all right. So but what we're going to be doing, we're going to be predictive in our analysis and also be reactive in our execution. So that's what we're going to be doing, because that's what I do regularly on a regular basis, because that's what professional traders do, all right. So what I'm looking at here, we could be working out our wave 3 ABC for a wave 4, and we could work it out a wave 5, all right. So that is also possible here, looking at the internal structures for this one. So we could be working out ABC, so we could work out a wave 5, and wave 5 could also still extend even up to, okay, so we have 205, all right, that's big movement, 205. So we can have that price have freedom to move as far as 204, all right, to 204. We have price that, sorry, that price could have the liberty to move up to 204 in my own setup here, so up to 95.81. So but whenever price moves up to the 95.81, as we could see that what that will successfully do for price, that will successfully take out this previous structure here. So if that is taken out, we could be looking at whatever correction that could come into this zone as a retracement, okay. So this could be a completion of the leading structure there, and we could be looking at a B of the bigger A right there. So we could be looking at a B to form inside of this zone, all right, and then we could look at then for price to continue to the upside, all right. So that's what I'll be looking at for the week, and also taking a little bit peek at the Swiss franc index, all right. The Swiss franc index here has given us word of a valid entry for a push to the upside. So this is still with, I'm going to still expect this to continue upside, all right, because this is the SXY, all right, which is the Swiss franc index as well. So I'm seeing a possibility that this could be a breakout, all right, because this could completed here. So we'll just go, let me just go over to a more smaller time frame so you guys can get a the clear understanding, all right. So with this one, I think I see A, B, C, D, E. So if you're very familiar with my work, and this is mostly, I'm looking at mostly the setup of an X leg, all right. So if this is going to set up as an X leg, which I'm expecting to see this, so I expect this to start correcting and then forming the X leg up there. So I expect this to be fast and expect this to be a strong movement to the upside, all right. So but however, I'll be taking note of important areas, okay. So one of those important areas, I'm going to take note of the 109,700, all right, 109,700, which is just slightly above this previous B leg, all right. So we're going to expect that price is going to take out the D leg, all right, and I'm also expecting that price could also go as far as taking out the B leg, all right. So depending on the strength of the X leg creation, all right. So we're going to be looking at a few couple of things for this one, all right. So however, if this is going to start, okay, so I'm going to look at certain structures where price can take out. All right, so one of the areas I am going to start looking at that if price could come out and take out this man, then I am going to look at that price is ready to make a push to the upside. All right, that this could have been an A, B, and this could have been a C of a contraction here, and then price would start a new wave to the upside. All right, so that is what I'm going to be looking at, and that's what I'm going to be taking into note this week. All right. Apart from the fact that I also came out some few weeks back also to show you an analysis that proves that the CXY is also ready to explode to the upside, and this is also happening. So one of the things we are going to be doing, I'm going to be waiting for time or reasons or whenever price would conclude this uprise movement. All right, so whenever price want to start another phase of correction, I think I will be ready for this one here. All right, so however, we're seeing that price is still making further uprises after coming to test and reject the 82.7 also structures, which was also previous structure back here. All right, previous structure back here as at, let me just jot this, as at 2017. All right, so we have it that price did go out of the channel, which price was actually moving here in a structure such as this one. All right, price did go out of that structure there, and by the time price couldn't just move down, right, as a trend rather, but came in to consolidate. So I was looking at this structure here, so that also gave me an idea that price is then ready to do one of the two. So I'm actually setting up nicely for this one, all right, of the A. So this fits better, or this fits well for an A. Right, B, C, D, and then E. All right, so get the understanding, guys. This fits better for this structure here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, click that one. All right, let me just take out this one here. All right, let me just go ahead, put up that one, and let me just go ahead, put up that one. All right, so we have the E somewhere around there, or we could just adjust this up to this one, and then put up the E down there. All right, so whatever is happening here could be a start of an A, B, C of a corrective wave to form the B, or we could be working out an X. All right, so I'm going to be looking at, first we've seen that price have taken out the D zone, which is also one of the things I want to see also in my work, and also I want to see price take out the B zone. All right, if price takes out the B zone, all right, if price takes out the B zone, I want to see that price can take out one of the structures that created the A zone. All right, so in my work, I'm going to be looking at this structure here. So I've seen that one of the things that created this A zone was this structure right here. So I'm going to put this up structure right here, so you're going to see that with me. All right, so this was the structure that created this drop here. All right, this small consolidation or this small contraction created this man here, and then price started from there to move on to this structure. So this could have been the A, B, C, D, and then E of this one, and this could have started this one. All right, so it's all a possibility, and when I'm looking at the chart like this with you guys, I tend to love it, and I tend to feel so much excited when I'm coming onto the chart. All right, so we could be looking at many possibilities, but I think for some reasons I would prefer this to be a 5-wave move for some reasons for now. All right, so if price could give me one of a valid entry to break this point here, I think I will be able to make decisions. But however, this looks bullish and it looks bullish. We cannot be taking any counter trade on a setup like this one. All right, so let's just dive into some setups, and then let me show you what I think of the market. All right. So first, I want to start with the USD CAD. So if you're following my work in the USD CAD, the last time I spoke about the USD CAD, I want to short the USD CAD. All right, so that is what I'm doing right now, and that is what I will continue to wait and then do. All right, so one of the areas which I intended to take profit for the USD CAD, those areas are actually achieved. Okay, so those areas are achieved. First, we looked at the C leg, all right, of this contraction. We looked at the D leg. So all these areas were achieved. All right, so all this were achieved, and max we could want to see that price would bounce off this territory. So inside of this territory here, I call it a no-go area territory because that's what I'm looking at it as. Okay, so having also looked at the fib extension of the WXY, which is a popular setup which I love to trade many times, so I see that we still have a little bit of room up to the 261.8 fib extension, just somewhere down here. Okay, it's somewhere around the 1.23 also. It's also a nice area which we could actually expect that price could bounce. Okay, so for now, we also have it that price did form a 5-wave move. So if you're following my work closely, you understand that price did form a 5-wave move. All right, so I'm just gonna go over there and then put that up clearly for you guys. All right, so I already had this. All right, so let me just go take this off and then let me just work with this one. All right, so what we have here is that we have ABC here. We have a little bit of contraction here or correction here. So this is now A, B, and this is C. So this is a running D. So we have A, B, C, D, E internal structures there. So, and we have it to be, so we're working out an E, so which is the last leg of this structure here. So once that is complete, I think then I will look for an opportunity to buy out from this zone. All right, so we'll look at the NZDUSD. Okay, so apart from the fact that I'm also looking at a WXY for the NZDUSD. All right, so let me just go put that up for you guys. All right, so I'm also working out a WXY for this one. All right, so if you have been following my work, you understand that this also fits better for a WXY. All right, okay, so this fits better for a WXY, having formed an internal WXY here, but this also forms an A, this forms a B. So let me just go down to a lower time frame. All right, so this forms a B, C, D, and then E. All right, so this forms my W. All right, this forms my W. All right, so I'm just go ahead put that up, W. So I'm just gonna put that and this form my X. All right, so and all right. So what's going on here, guys, is we're walking our path to a C. All right. So we have it that this is our C leg. All right, this is our C leg. All right, trying to form after this A, B, and then C. All right, so this is a C leg starting to form. So one of the things I'm going to do this week is I'm going to wait for a setup or something that could create a break below this point here. So just below, I'm going to put a pending sell stop. For this one, I'm going to put a pending sell stop of the 0.704. I just want to go down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to put a sell stop. I'm going to risk previous high, 43 pips, and I'm going to target TP1. All right, 121, 122 pips. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to target the final take profit. All right, remember, as always in my work, I'm going to target W leg, which is also the E leg, all right, of this structure here. All right, I'm going to target the W leg. All right, so from that point on, let's look at it. 0. Okay, so that level there, so I'm going to target 224 pips, but first we're going to target 128, 224, and we're going to target also the 127 pip extension. All right, so that's going to be inside of this zone. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing this week. All right, so but if I do not have a drop, I don't think I will be concerned with that one. Right, I don't think I'll be concerned, and if I don't have a drop from that point, I will not be concerned. I will not be looking to trade the impulse anymore, but rather I will be waiting for a new price development, because the whole of this could also be a contraction similar to this. Okay, so similar to this one that we had an X, so we're working on Y. So this could also be similar to this one. All right. As you can see that we took that trade back then, so this could be similar to this one, and as well, so we will then need to see what this will turn out to be. Okay, so we can be working out something of this nature here. So I will just have to wait for valid entries. I'll wait for structures. I'll wait for setups to align properly, and then before that I will take any trading decision for this one. I think anything below here, I think it's good for a trade. All right, so we're looking at the EURUSD for this one. EURUSD for this one, if you've been following my work closely, you will understand the reasons why I want to take this trade. All right, I want to take this trade, one, as my regular trade, which happens to be the WXY. All right, I mostly value that structure and I respect it a lot, because it's what I have been trading for quite a long time, and I've spent a lot of energy researching on it, all right, working on it, and this is my W leg. All right. So we have a W leg, and what we're working at the moment is either we're working a contraction and a continuation, or we're going to be working out a contraction and a failure, and then price will then drop. All right, so that's what I'm going to be looking at. So we have our peak here, so this could be our X. That I do not know, so I don't want to start drawing conclusions. I don't want to start drawing scenarios. I don't want to start drawing anything, but that's definitely looks like an X leg, all right, because it did break above the D leg, which was very nice, and you guys can see it. All right, it broke above the D leg. All right, so that fits the bill. That looks perfect. That looks clean for the structure which I trade regularly. All right, so I'm going to be waiting for either a breakout. So once price breaks to the upside, I'm not going to follow this up. I'm not going to trade this, all right, because I have levels I want to see price take out. All right, but if I happen to want to trade this, I think I'm in the best interest. All right, I'm going to wait for more price developments inside of this zone. All right, so if this is going to come in as a breakout, I'm going to wait to see how price will react inside of here. All right, because this was definitely previous structure. Okay, this was definitely previous structure, and I want to see how price will react inside of that zone. All right, I want to see that, because this looking at everything, I think if price will break to the upside, I will not intentionally follow it up. But if price should break to the downside, I would really love to be a part of it. All right, I would love to be a part of it, and as regularly as always, I want to take two take profit areas. All right, so if price would break to the downside, I'm going to put my pending sell stop here. I'm going to put my pending sell stop at 1.586. Right, 1.586 is where I want to be. I want to put that pending sell stop there, 1.5x6, and I'm going to risk the previous high of that zone. All right, I'm going to risk up to 33 pips. I'm going to target ELA, all right, which is 61 pips, and I'm going to also target the 127 Fibonacci extension of the swing. All right. Remember, this strategy could also be used as a trend following strategy, or could be also used as a reversal strategy. So, however, all right, for this one, we do not know what it's going to be like, so we only have to react to the market. All right, so for this one, I'm not reacting to the market. Whenever I'm coming up with this kind of strategy, I only let the market do the will or the work of its father, all right, which is the King Dollar. All right, so I'm going to target next 88 pips. All right, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. So in total, my risk is going to be 66 pips, and my TP1, or my total TP as a whole, is going to be total of, this one was 60 pips, so it's going to be total of 140 pips. So I think it's cool for a 1:2.1 risk to reward. That's cool for me. All right, so we look at the USDJPY doing the work of its father, and also looking at a multi-time analysis. I think for this one here, created an A, B, C, D, and then E. So this is definitely doing the work of its father, having broken above the D leg. Having broken above the D leg, I think the work of its father is almost near complete. So we want to see price also make further uprises and then a continuation. So this is definitely USDJPY doing the work of its father. All right, so we want to see confirmations, but I think for this one, I will not be in a hurry to make any trading decision at the moment for this one. All right, but rather I think I would really love to see price back into testing the support of this channel right here. I think that would be the best time to actually look for long opportunities if that presents itself. All right, so I'm going to be doing that if that should present itself in the future. All right, so I'm going to do that. All right, for now, I'm not looking at trading the USDJPY in any way, long, short. I don't have a bias. All right, so I'm going to be waiting for the work of its father to be complete. Then once it's complete, then I'll be joining the queue, and I'm joining the chorus, and also taking some trade decisions as well. All right, so next I will just be looking at the USDJPY, okay, the GBPUSD. All right, the GBPUSD, this one here, and I'm also looking at, I think if anything should cause a break of this structure here. So from the fact that we did work out the 400 pips, all right, for this one here. So I'm also looking at price not to be able to make further uprises. Okay, I'm also looking at that also being a possibility, but I think if price happens to want to do the work of its father, I would love to see, all right, I would love to see that this structure could be maintained, all right, this structure could be maintained up to price breaking key environments. Okay, so I don't want to see that this structure is taken out, all right, but if there is a reason, all right, of some sort that price could drop below the structure one, drop below again, all right, breaking previous structure, breaking this structure as well, I think anything below here I want to short. Anything below this point I want to short the GBP USD, and I'm going to short it, all right, up to the very low. All right, I'm going to short it back into the very low of, wow, I'm going to short it back into the very low of this structure here. So I'm going to short it back into the 1.3300, all right, because that is also a cool territory, also continuing the work of its father, having tested the 127 Fibonacci extension for the WXY, all right, could also go as far as testing the 161.8, also the 2.0 and 2618 also. That could still be GBP USD doing the work of its father. Yes. All right, but any break above the B leg, a break above the B leg will set up this as a bullish continuation, and then I will look at bullish setup with this one, and I will also be back in my channel to share with you setups that will emerge during that time. All right, so also we look at the AUDUSD. AUDUSD for this one is still doing the work of its father, and as always, I'm going to wait for a breakout of this one. All right, so if price should give me a valid entry for a short opportunity for this one, I would really love it. All right, I would really love it, because I'm actually anticipating that price is currently contracting here. All right, that's what I'm anticipating, that price is currently contracting here. So if price would be ready to do the work of its father, I will be ready to short it with all happiness, all right, to the downside. So if that would be the case, I think the best entry or the best time to start looking for short opportunities will be at the break of the trend line. All right, at the break of the trend line, there we can then start looking for short opportunities, having formed this structure. So let me just go ahead and show you what is also happening here. Price having formed A, right? So price formed A, then we worked out AB, all right, and we worked out a C, and we worked out a D. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you all this. So if this is our E leg, so what I'm going to be doing, if this is my E leg, all right, apart from the fact that this could either be an ending diagonal or an ending structure, this could also be a leading structure as well. But when I looked at this chart, and I speak about this many of the time, that it's wrong to have a leading structure inside of here. All right, I spoke about that, but I also took a look at this one here. And when I was attention of mine was pointed to my presentation as well, for the USD ZAR. Okay, someone asked me, how about this one? All right, this is a leading channel not forming inside of a covering. All right, so this is a leading channel not forming inside of a covering. So this one here, A, B, C, D, E. All right, so it's not forming inside of a covering. Okay, so having formed the A here, B here, so we could work in an A, B, C, D, and then E. So this formed an A, B, C, D, and then E. So this one right here is correct. So if we're looking at this forming inside of this covering, this would have been an ending diagonal. All All right, but this is a leading diagonal here, and I speak about it many of the time that this is a leading diagonal. And what I want to see is when price will stop, reverse, and then give me a valid entry for a buy trade. All right, so this is doing the work of its father, but this is definitely not doing the work of its father. All right, so I want to see price turn from this point on. I want to see price reverse. I want to see indications. I want to see entries. And I want to see price reverse completely. So whatever will take price out of this rising channel here, I think I will be able to short. All right, short to downside. All right, I'm going to short to downside as an ending diagonal, not a leading diagonal, guys. Not a leading diagonal, because you can't have this structure being shaded by this whole move here. This is a protective covering. All right, so this is a protective covering, guys. You don't want to be looking at this. So if you're following my work here, so the whole of this in height is being covered by this. So this whole move here is shading this move here. So whatever is happening here is a correction. So for a 5-wave move, which could turn into a leading diagonal and also an ending diagonal, but for this one, I think I would be more biased for an ending diagonal than a leading diagonal because of this protective covering. If you look at your chart, if you're following my work closely, you're going to see that I've been talking about this kind of setups, and this kind of setups is what also tricks the amateur traders into making certain decisions. Okay, so but for this one, I think I'll just have to stay glued to this one and be ready. When it's ready, I'm going to take that short trade. Okay, so let's look at gold. All right, so I would say we are finished with the gold. Okay, so we are finished with the gold. What we wanted to do the whole of last week was just buy the gold. All right, we want to just buy the gold and we're done. All right, so if you're following me, we are done with the gold. We don't have any reason to take any trading decision with the gold until we have that gold can break this leg. All right, so this is the B leg we want to see gold break. All right, so for now, I think gold could be inside of this zone for a while. All right, play inside of this zone for a while. That's also a possibility, but I will not be concerned for gold because I don't have any value set up for gold. All right, so if gold will present me with any of the value set up, I think I will be back and I will be giving you insight as well on how I'm going to approach this. Okay. All right, so speaking of this also, let me also show you this one with a similar structure. And if you follow my work nicely, I always tell you guys that structures will always repeat in the market. All right, so this is the same structure similar to the AUD. You can have this whole shade this structure and you look at this as a leading diagonal. No, rather I will look at this as an ending diagonal because this whole shade here is bigger than this shade. All right, so that's when you're looking at price action or structures. You don't follow structures blindly, you look at price action. Okay, so what price is doing over, you try to relate what happened in the past and then make decisions for the future. All right, so this is doing the work of its father, and we have it that price have dropped. So this is previous high A. So many points in time I'm looking at this, but however this we have a bigger X. So I'm more bearish on this one. All right, I'm more bearish on gold. I want to see gold drop to the downside. All right, I want to see gold drop to the ground, back there. All right. From the fact that USD Mexican peso is also doing the work of its father, following the dollar index for this one, I would also want to see setups here for this one. Remember, we are still working our X here, all right, but this X here looks different. Okay, so apart from the fact that it looks different, and many of the times when I'm coming up to present or do presentation, I always talk about that this is X leg, all right, here, but this S leg didn't complete the actual X leg because we're supposed to see an X leg that is supposed to break above the D leg. So if this is happening here, this is an X leg, however, but it's not the X of this bigger structure. So we might or might not be seeing a drop to the downside, all right, because this is not created with this. So this is not an equal reaction, all right. So we don't have, so whatever action happened here should we're looking at the reaction not being equal to this one because this is not equal to this one. All right, so we have B leg just way above, and we didn't see price trigger that. So whatever is happening here, indeed we did see a corrective wave here, and which then complete that pattern. So for now, we're kind of making any trend decision for now for this one here, but I think for this one, we will just have to take a look at also new price developments. Okay, so new price developments for this one is also cool. All right. You know, if I'm speaking about this one, okay, so I'm going to be looking at this one, and this is an ABCDE. All right, so I could be looking at this as anything. All right, so but I want to see that price could give me a valid entry here. Right, if price drops below this point here, I think I'm not going to be taking entry. I'm going to wait for price to still continue going down and then completing the pattern for a WXY. All right, I wouldn't see that. All right, so if price should continue going down, I will not be concerned. All right, with that one. All right, so with that, wrap up the session, and I'll be back by midweek or also during the week to give you fresh from the trade house here. All right, I'm going to give you fresh from the trade house here as always, and whenever I'm coming out to give fresh from the trade house here, it's mostly structures that are ready. All right, so if you look at my previous videos, all right, so I only come out to give you markets that are ready. Look at the USDJPY, it was ready. All right, so I came out to give that, and also the USD CAD was also ready. So I'm going to be giving out setup that are ready. So if you're subscribed to this channel, and you'll be getting information whenever I post this kind of content, and you're going to trade with us. All right, so see you next time. It's Green of GW Pro, and I really love you. And remember that we are out here to educate, enrich, and also empower traders in also to making that most important decision in their trading life. All right, see you next time. I love you all, and remain blessed.